Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A, where we go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comments section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, as you can see, we are still not fully set up here at the new studio. A lot of stuff, it's more organized, but yet it's more messy somehow. But I got rid of a lot of boxes, so I'm happy about that. I've been building lots of furniture. My back is killing me, but the show must go on. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, more CES videos coming this week. Still have at least 5+ videos, so hopefully we'll put one up each day. But let's get to the Galaxy S20, and before I get started with that, I want to make sure you guys do know that the Galaxy S20 is going to be the next S series device. There will be no S11, instead it will be called the S20. So want to let you know that before we jump in, and now let's get to it. So the big news this week is just kind of redefining how the S20 Ultra will look. See, the new series is going to be the S20, S20 Plus, and S20 Ultra. There will be no S20e. They are taking a page from Apple and basically just having a, the lowest one is just called the regular version. So it'll just be, there will be no E variant this time around. So, that being said, let's take a look at the new look of the S20 Ultra. See, this is more of a final version of it, and the reason for this is because we are getting word that it is actually going to be a bigger telescope to maintain possibly a 10 times optical zoom, but definitely a 5 times optical zoom with a huge megapixel sensor. Right now we're looking at 108, so we'll see if that's going to be actually it. But what that will allow for is a wider telephoto zoom, so it's going to have this unique one, and kind of labeling itself as the 100x space zoom is going to be the key phrase for it. And we are getting that, of course, through a leak as well, that again, this is what the Ultra 5G variant will have. Now, the rumor is currently that there will only be 5G versions in certain countries, namely the US. Now, I would be all for this. I think it's good just to have, like, hey, you know what? All of our phones are going to have 5G for all the flagships. I think it's smart not to do an LTE variant unless you plan on making it cheaper, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't also want this increasing the price of the device. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you guys think that every phone should just be a 5G version and not go through the whole stupidity of 4G and 5G, and which one do you want to get? And will the 5G of the S20 is the same price as the regular LTE of the S20 Plus? Which one do you want to get for which price? It's kind of like, I just want it to be, let's call it at all of them being 5G in the US, and I think it'll be good. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. I actually think this looks a lot better than a lot of the other renders we have seen. And if this is closer to the final version, I am all for it. Alright, now the other thing we want to go over is that the size difference is actually pretty substantial, especially in terms of thickness. These phones will be thicker than every phone we've had pretty much, but that comes with a benefit of having a bigger battery. And again, I think we can all agree that's a good thing. For the most part, I think every one of us could say, like, hey, having a bigger battery is a great way to go. I'm all for that. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you okay with a thicker phone as long as it has a bigger battery? So let's get to it. First, let's start off with the smallest and then go up. So S20 versus the S10. So on this one, again, the height is a little bit taller. So we're seeing that across the board, just the height always being a little bit taller. It's actually going to be narrower. Each phone will be narrower, so that's kind of good. So it should be easier to hold in your hand. And again, thickness is really big. This is over 1 millimeter thicker. So that's really important because it's going from 7.8 to 9.1. And I love this because that means even the smallest version will have a big battery, and I'm all for that. And yes, all of them will have the camera right in the middle. S20 Plus versus S10 Plus. Again, 161 versus 157, so again, a bit taller. In terms of narrow, again, 73.7 versus 74, so again, narrower in shape. And then finally, again, a huge jump up in terms of thickness, over a millimeter again, 7.8 all the way up to 8.9. So again, a much thicker phone in comparison, but again, something I think we could all be okay with for the battery. And then we have the S20 Ultra versus the Note 10 Plus. So that is really going to be a huge difference in terms of the two devices. So again, in this one, we're getting substantially a thicker device, and it really makes me think that we're going to have a 5,000 or 5,000 plus milliamp battery in this phone, which I am all for. So in terms of height, a big height difference, I would say, in this one, over 4 millimeters height difference. So 166.9 versus 162.3. So a pretty substantial height difference, going to be definitely longer. Again, narrower instead of 77.2, which we had on the Note 10 Plus. This one's going to be 76. So again, a little bit narrower, good for that. But then, wow, the thickness of this phone. This is 10 millimeters. I can't remember when a phone's been that thick. It has definitely been years. I remember it was a big thing when we got to below 10 millimeters in smartphones. So for it to be 10 millimeters is saying something. And I'm very curious because it's pretty thick in comparison to this Note. So I'm very curious to see how different that will feel. And this is actually with a pretty thick case, mind you. So I'm pretty curious to see how it will feel overall. But you're talking about slightly over 2 millimeters thicker in terms of thickness. But again, if this means a 5,000 plus milliamp battery, are you okay with it? Let me know in the comment section. 5,000 milliamp plus battery for the S20 Ultra. Are you okay with that? Let me know in the comments. All right. Now that we have that, let's get to the next part of it, which is a couple other things. So Xiaomi is officially spinning off their company Poco into their own separate brand and their own separate company. This is much like what Oppo did with OnePlus, where it pretty much operates independently of the parent company. It is, of course, still owned by it. All of their products still come from it. Every Xiaomi device is kind of a preview for a Poco device. But what this could lead towards, which I'm very excited for, is possibly getting Poco to be the entryway into the US. Because Poco, this was a phone that a lot of YouTubers raved about. I think it was early last year. And I was like, guys, this phone that these YouTubers keep talking about does not work in the US, so do not buy it. Like, it was a $300 phone with flagship kind of specs, and that was its claim to fame. And people were like, MKBHD, Unbox Therapy, all these people were like talking about it. Oh my god. But it didn't work in the US. So if this leads them to do that, I am all for it. Like, I am all for this happening. Hopefully it will. We'll have to wait and see. But I would definitely be excited to see this come about. Oops. Sorry. These all didn't load. Okay. Well, let's start with this one. So Google is apparently having plans to bring Steam to Chrome OS. I love this idea, not because Chrome can operate half of the apps that I would want it to for Steam. Although on some of them they have an i5 processor, and so like my Pixelbook Go could run a good amount of those games, no problem, for entry-level games. Obviously, you're not going to be playing the high-end games on here, but a lot of indie games, a lot of just fun, simple games, you can totally do that. Like, even if you wanted to do a party game, like what is that game called that I played it? The Jackbox Party Pack. Those, like, it's like a bunch of little games that you can play off of your smartphone, and the Chromebook acts as the host. I think that's a really great way to go, and I love the idea of this kind of coming to pass. Huawei is allegedly, we're seeing their first renders of the P40. Now, the thing about the P40, I'm sorry, I don't care about this phone as much just because it doesn't have Google Apps. It's not going to have Google Apps, and for me, that's kind of like a part of it. So we'll have to wait and see how it comes along, but I can't be excited for this. It doesn't have Google, and it's just like, it's probably great for China. Huawei is officially going to use TomTom for GPS maps because they can't use Google Maps. So they are trying to figure certain things out, but it's not going to be anything near what Google has. And again, the biggest wow moment that I noticed was when I looked at the Mate 20X at CES, and like it was just like they couldn't even demo a video because the guy was like, oh well, let me try to find a video. I don't know any of these Chinese things. Let me go to the internet and go to youtube.com. Because why? Because they couldn't have the YouTube on there. So it was showing how poorly Huawei can be without it. But let's go a little bit through this. So the P40 Pro will have a good amount of a telephoto lens itself. So again, you can see this kind of huge gap between the regular lens and telephoto lens. It's also going to have a wide-angle front camera, it looks like. I am very happy about that. It's one of the things that I wish the Note would have, is a wider-angle camera in the front. I'm hoping the S20 just by default has a wide-angle camera, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it looks good in terms of it. Lots of fun colors. I'm sure it'll be an amazing camera quality, a good device. Again, I cannot get excited about it without the Google Apps. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys care about Huawei as much? If they don't have Google Apps, for me, I just don't as much. And then something I am very, very interested in is this, which is Mojo Vision. This is Google Glass contacts, essentially. So really what this is basically you put a contact in front of you and you have AR, augmented reality. Now this is years away, as they still are saying, but it's really cool that this is being worked out. This has been worked on by a couple different companies, but the whole idea is that you really kind of see things in front of you through augmented reality. So we'll have to see how it goes. They're getting closer and closer to it, but again, they don't know when it will be ready for the first one. It has a micro LED display. It's really cool, and yeah, it's really interesting to see. I'm very interested to see it, and like it'll be like probably regular contacts where you take them off every day and put them in, and that's how they charge as well. But I'm very interested in this. The possibilities are definitely really cool, but again, I think years away is really a good way to go. This is the technology you want to make sure is perfect before it's really presented. Alright guys, that was the news for this week. Let's get to your questions. If you guys have any questions you want to ask, just ask them in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Please give it a Tech Club welcome to RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you very much, Quiet Storm. And yeah, I figured out how to pin t-shirts. And if you guys haven't checked out our merch store, check it out. I make sure the shirts are as low as possible. Like I literally think I make less than $1 off of all my merch. Just because I think it would be cool if any of you guys would wear a YouTube Tech Guy shirt or any of that kind of stuff. So check out if you haven't before, but all of them are literally like I'm making almost no profit off of it. It's really just because I think it would be cool. Yeah, where's the new studio? It's here. It's behind me. There is a mountain of bags and accessories on a couch over here that you can't see. And then there's another mountain of stuff on this very nice overhead table setup I have over here that you cannot see. There's a TV mounted that you can kind of see back there, but it's very blurred out purposely. And there's an aperture light over there, as well as there's an aperture light here, and that's what's lighting me right now, the aperture dome light 120D. Best pretty much light you can get if you just want a one light setup. Still have to do a review for that. And yes, this table is filled with stuff that I have to get to, whether it be mortgage, whether it be HOA, all this kind of stuff. All these paperwork I have to do. Now that you're a homeowner, it's always fun. So yeah, that's the new studio preview. Until I get it ready, you guys, I will give you definitely a studio tour. I promised it to you. I just need to get everything ready, and it's not ready. Good luck. App stopped working on my Note 10 Plus. After I got an update. Is there an old version I can download to fix it? No, unfortunately, Alex. It is horrible, to be quite honest. That's the way I feel about it. I really cannot stand having the new version of Android because it just sucks without good luck. It just sucks. I hate recent apps so much. And yeah, I really wish I did an update to it. Without good luck, it's just not as good, and Samsung loses a lot of its best qualities as an Android OS. What's up, bro? What's up, Josh? Ricky, am backing up data on OneDrive. Would you recommend an external I think you mean SSD. I think that's what you meant to say. Or OneDrive sufficient? It depends on what you really want. So, like, I have all of my photos always and forever backed up to Google Photos. I have my documents backed up to OneDrive, and then every year I back everything up on an external hard drive. Two, actually. I have two different external hard drives with every 6 months I back up everything on one, and then every 6 months I back up everything on another. So that's how I back up everything. But it's kind of up to you. I do recommend Google Photos for all of your photos backup, just because if you ever want to find a photo, it's the easiest way to find anything by far. So I really recommend it. But yeah, that's my recommendations for backing up your stuff. I probably this year will set up a NAS system as well. That's an external hard drive that's connected to my router back there. So that's probably what I will do at some point this year, and then do a video on how to set up your own NAS. Oh, and the reason why you connect it to your router is that way you can access it from anywhere. So I can be like, wherever, and I can access every file that I need to on the go if I'm on another computer or if I'm using someone else's computer. So yeah, that's why I would do it. Frozen, just refresh people. Is the stream frozen at all or no? Whoa, a whole bunch of questions flooded. Everybody drink. And I didn't even get to get my coffee. That's how backed up I am. I just had to have water. Well, Propel water. Let's see. Always a good idea to have a few forms of backing up data that's valuable. Definitely true. S20 can't compare to the Note. For me, I don't know. I love my pen. I will say that. I've loved having the pen again. But having a bigger battery and a better camera, I'm all for that. We'll have to wait and see. Because this is supposed to be the year that Samsung really steps up their camera game. Which, again, it's not that it's bad by any means. I would say in a lot of... you saw it beat the blind camera comparison test MKBHD had, right? The Note was the best camera, rated better than anything else. So, yeah. It's not that it's a bad camera by any means, but there are definite times when I would prefer a Pixel, and there are definite times when I would prefer the iPhone camera. So I think just having a better overall one is really good. I also want to see 60 frames per second with the front camera recording. That is one thing I definitely want to see, and hopefully we will see with the S20 series. Did Samsung make a mistake by putting a 108 megapixel camera on the Pixel? The camera on the Pixel and the iPhone are just 12 megapixel looking incredible. I don't think so per se, because a lot of people are talking about it. The 108 megapixel camera, oh my god, it's going to be horrible, it's going to be horrible. That's with pixel bending. So in actuality, it's going to probably be more likely a 20 to 30 megapixel camera. So I really, a lot of photography people that are blowing it up say it's the worst thing ever because it's going to create so much noise. That's only when you're really using it at that. By default, I guarantee you're not going to have the 108 megapixel camera. By default, it's probably going to be the 20 or 30 or whatever the actual camera is without the pixel bending. So I don't think it's as bad. I do think it also will allow for you to crop in more. That's the whole idea behind more megapixels in the first place, is it allows you to crop in more. Now, whether it'll be ultimately a bad choice, the whole idea is that they don't want to be as good as the Pixel and as the iPhone. They want to be better. So if these sensors have presented to Samsung and shown that, hey, we can actually give you a better picture quality than you currently have, then it's good. So that's how I look at it. Thicker phone, but bigger battery, fine with me. All these size comparisons are completely off. There is no 9+ millimeter S20 phone, probably. Check Tech Talk TV, the leak is sensible dimensions. I will check that. $5G is worthless in the US right now. It depends which 5G you're talking about. Low band 5G and mid band 5G are absolutely great. Millimeter 5G is a joke and shouldn't be talked about for another 5 years. You want to know how bad of a joke millimeter 5G is? Look at Verizon's 5G map in New York. It's about 5 buildings is their 5G map coverage. It won't even let you zoom out because it doesn't want to show how tiny that is in New York. 5G millimeter wave is a joke. It shouldn't really be talked about because it can't penetrate anything. It's not going to be effective until it's on every street lamp and every street corner, which is the plan, by the way. That is the plan for millimeter wave. But until then, and until all the litigation they're going to have to go through to get it, low band and mid band are much more sufficient. T-Mobile started with the low band, Sprint started with the mid band, AT&T is now adding a little bit of low band, but that's about it. And only in certain cities, not that 5GE crap. Let's see. I bought the P30 Pro. Although the camera is incredible, UI sucks. Samsung One UI is incredible in my opinion. I agree. I don't like Huawei's UI. I always put Nova Launcher over it. Ooh, Steam to Chrome OS? That would be pretty cool. I think it would. It's the honest thing, it would. What about widespread T-Mobile 5G? Yes, that's the low band 5G. For instance, I actually had pretty much 5G the entire way from Los Angeles to New York. On T-Mobile's network before, that wasn't even close to happening. It always cut off. It always was bad. So the fact that I had 5G almost all the way there, or at least it didn't buffer when streaming all the way over there, that is pretty impressive. T-Mobile's 5G is not slower than AT&T's 5G when it's actually useful. But AT&T does have their own low-band 5G that is really, I would say, faster than T-Mobile's low-band one. But that's not the 5GE, that's actual 5G. So, again, complicated because all these people have messed up the naming system entirely. Huawei was the first to have the stove oven. Now everyone is saying all the companies are following Apple and the stove oven design. Yeah, I mean, that always happens. Apple never is first to pretty much anything, but yet everyone always gives them credit for everything. Nothing new. Let's see. I think T-Mobile has at least soon everywhere, but it's like 1/4 the speed increase. Yeah, it's like only about like 10 megabits to 15 megabits faster on average for the low band 5G, so it's not incredible speed. When you're in perfect conditions, you're great. I was getting 160 down when I was on the Strip in Las Vegas outside, But then when even I would go inside, it would immediately cut to like 50 to 80 megabits per second. So it would cut in half or more than half as soon as I would go inside. So it always depends on where you are. Even if you just take a few steps, sometimes that can be a dramatic difference. Let's see. Why are we comparing the S20 to the Note? Because we're talking about size, and the size of the Note Ultra will be bigger than the Note 10 Plus. Or sorry, the S20 Ultra will be bigger than the Note 10 Plus, which is the biggest phone that Samsung's had. Flagship. I don't know if there have been a series that's bigger. I don't want to get a seizure prone, so I can get those contacts. I'm assuming you're talking about the contact lens, yeah. Holy crap, Capsule Corp Batman. AR contact lenses, yes, all about Capsule Corp. How do they fit a battery in the contact lens? I'm not even gonna pretend to know. I'm not gonna pretend that I act like I know. Fridge update, car updates. I have appliances, guys. I have all my appliances. I have a smart fridge, I have a washer, I have a dryer that are supposed to be smart, but I don't know how to make them smart. It's not a very, like, they have 3 different apps. Samsung needs to get it together when it comes to their appliances. But yeah, I do have that. Car update, should be buying a car this week. The weekend was kind of took up a lot of other things, but yeah, I should be getting a new car for my wife this upcoming week. I did my research. The most sell Android phones of 2019 is a budget to mid-range. So what is happening to flagship? Most sell Android phones 2019 is budget to mid-range. So what is happening to flagship? I mean, flagships are selling less, I think, as time goes on. So yeah, that's really what it is. I would say it's really about that flagships sell less as times go on. Hey Ricky, it's Matt from Old Monrovia Sprint. Hey, I remember I used to visit that store. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. Glad to see you're doing well. Been watching you ever since. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that, Matt. And say hi to everyone for me. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. What's that at the bottom of the screen? Oh, I think it's the lighting. It's kept flashing. I think that's what you mean. I'm not sure if there's anything else on the bottom. There's a light over there, and there's bags over there. So yeah, but yeah, that's I have to disable that. I didn't remember to do it. So yeah, it's a EV thing that's basically adjusting the light when it hits me. So if I turn it like this, it'll probably adjust dramatically compared to when I'm just looking at you straight. Android messages, RCS is awesome. High definition pictures and video are real. Yeah, it is really good. I definitely have to do some videos on RCS. I think there's a lot of important things that people should know about it, and yeah, some really cool things about it. I think overall it is still a little shaky when it comes to safety with it right now. But as long as you're patched up with the latest software updates, I think you should be fine. What's new? Studio Tour coming February 15th. Oh, don't hold me to that, Ricky. It should be... Wow, when is our anniversary? I think our anniversary is February 12th, if I'm not mistaken. That is the anniversary of when I started the channel. So, yeah, it'll be 8 years. 8 years come February. Hello, Ricky. I don't know if you have been noticing, but it seems like some YouTubers have been kind of hating on the new S20s. Some throwing shade, saying the S20 Ultra is overkill with its hardware. F them. Like, what is overkill with hardware? Seriously. Like, if you can put it on the phone, if you can make a phone the best out there, the best all-in-one, then, like, really, like, you claim to want all day battery life, all this kind of stuff and all that, and then you're just like, oh, well, that's just overkill. No one needs that much RAM. No one needs that much battery. Obviously, some people do. I'm one of them. OneDrive changes the date of all the past files. Ooh, yeah. Be careful with that. What do you think about the foldable phones? I like the Galaxy Fold style. I do not like the Moto Fold style. Now, what I mean by that is, I think they both look amazing, but in terms of practical use, there's no real point in a phone that flips closed. Like, oh, something went down the wrong pipe. Be responsible when drinking, kids. Let's see. But yeah, so I don't like the idea of a phone that folds in half because of the fact that it's like, okay, it's just a smaller phone, but I don't mind a phone this size in my pocket. Like, I don't mind a phone this size in my pocket. What I want is a tablet-sized screen in my pocket, but obviously it'd be able to fit there. So that's why I like the Galaxy Fold style more than the Moto style, just because although both look great, and I think both are head turners, I don't see the reason for it besides just it looks cool of the Moto style. Will the S10 have Bixby? Will the S20 have Bixby? Yes, it will have it, but it will not have like a Bixby button or anything like that. It's going to be similar to the Note. Black Mirror lenses. You know, I've not seen that show, and everyone says I would love it. All cloud storage, change file dates. Do you think about... oh, I already answered that question. Is Samsung going to fix good luck? I hope so. I really do. Can you hide the camera icons on the bottom of the screen? I will. I will next week. Sorry, I completely forgot about it before doing it this week. I don't think I can do it this week without like showing all the stuff that I'm trying to hide right now. So yeah. Actually, wait. Hold on. Hold on. There, it's gone. Okay. Yeah, I was able to do it. And those icons will go away in a second. Alright. Phone Arena did a camera comparison in the iPhone Pro Max 1. That is Phone Arena, and if you know the people that are on Phone Arena, it doesn't surprise me as much. Although it's a blind camera comparison, but again, it all depends on what people like. I think MKBHD's is a really simple one because you can see it more easily and vote more easily on your phone, which I think is more neutral than Phone Arenas, which is on their website, which is not really phone friendly in my opinion. Their website still kind of needs to work on that, but yeah. I mean, I do like the people that work at Phone Arena. It's just the comment section on there is still always so yeah. Task Changer is still gone from good luck. Yeah, it's just not working. On Beta 6 S9 Plus, still waiting for the update for good luck, quick start, all those other features working. Yeah, again, I wouldn't upgrade because as soon as you upgrade to Android 10, it definitely takes its toll. Samsung phone battery dies too quick. I have a Redmi K20 Pro with Super AMOLED display, smaller battery, lasts longer. What could this cause that? I'm not sure. I don't have any problems with my Samsung smartphones in terms of long-lasting battery. For me, they're easily the longest. and I have all of the devices, all the flagships at least. I don't have a Redmi. I've heard good things about it, but it just could be how they're operating their system. There are some phones like the LG that have an amazing standby time, So yeah, some phones just have really good at standby time, some have really good at other things. Does the Pixel 4 have bad microphone for videos? No smartphone has a great microphone for videos. I was kind of impressed by the Note 1. I will give it that. It was one of the best noise cancellations I've seen in a crowd. But overall, I would always get an external mic. They're not that hard. They're hard to find because it's a Type C now, but that's what I would recommend. Hi Ricky, I still have the S10 Plus, and is there a way to know any missed messages or notifications without turning on the screen? Previous phones had an LED that's always on display now. So, like for me, I have always on display, so I can see that I have 2 text messages, an email, and a Hangout all waiting for me as soon as I get off of this show. So that's the easy way to do it, always on display. Let's see. 2030 Apple glasses replace iPhone. I think that's a good prediction. I have said that I think in 10 years we will be more on the AR glasses style than smartphones. Smartphones have, in their current form, have only been around for 10 years. So I think it's very easy possibility that it will evolve into something else by another 10 years. Let's see. Mini LED for next Apple Watch. I still don't know if Apple's ready to get it, but we'll see. Ricky, your opinion on the 16-inch MacBook? Apparently, it's very good. I think if you want a MacBook, I think it's they definitely upgraded the keyboard that was horrible forever. So that's a really good thing. But overall, it's just if you like Macs, MacBooks are really well built. They'll definitely last a long time. That's what I really have to give them credit for. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. I've never used Mac OS. I just don't like it. How are you doing today, Ricky? How's your weekend going? Exhausted. Built a lot of furniture. Let's see if you guys can see it. This dresser right here, I built one bigger than it yesterday, rather last night, really. Got to sleep like at 2 a.m. and then just spent building a closet dresser for my daughter today that was twice the size, probably 3 times the size, and we didn't get to finish it, so that's going to be on my project tomorrow morning after I drop her off from school. Building stuff. That's my name right now. Ricky Build. Do you have the S20? No. There's lots of different variants though. Speaking of updating new Android, could I have been kicked out of my family plan on Google? I'm hating it. I can't see text previews when they come through. Wait, speaking of updates to new Android, could I have been kicked out of a family plan on Google? I don't know. I've never set up the family plan Google thing, so I don't know how those work, to be quite honest. Because yeah, we can totally see text previews with RCS now, so not sure what's going on with that. Ricky, my dad still uses Windows 7 and is used to the OS. Should he continue, or can he continue to use Windows 7? What about if he used Windows 7 without connecting to the internet? So Windows 7 without connecting to the internet is better, just because Windows 7 is not getting security updates. So the problem with that is that he's unsecure. So if he does stuff that can be easily kind of taken up, and it's not even just Windows 7, it was like Intel chips back then. There was all these issues for something that old. So yeah, I would definitely recommend switching, but that's just my opinion. Let's see. You just mentioned me head turner. Well, thanks. Well, I mean, you're a head turner, yeah. Did you see Linus's review on the new Mac Pro display? It is on my queue, my watch later list, but no, I have not seen it yet. I honestly just haven't had as much time. I am still catching up on all CES videos, but again, I do have that on my queue to watch. Ricky, what is your opinion on the TVs that were presented at CES? I think 4K TVs are more neutral than 8K. Are more neutral than 8K, and any TV should allow for ATSC 3.0. So let's start off with what do I think about the TVs. I mean, the TVs are good. They're getting better and better. Now, if you're just specifically talking about the 8K TVs, I mean, those aren't for everyone. That's obviously not for everyone. It's too much money for most people. Too much money for me. I don't really care about that as much. If you haven't checked out our video on the new Samsung multi-screen TV, that is awesome. And that's going to be every TV they have in 2020. That is a reason for me to upgrade to the new TV. Like, that is enough for me to want to upgrade. That is something that I see is really cool, and that is something that I was just wowed with, that I was like, man, I want to get this. So that's a more cool opinion to me than other things. Now, the 8K TVs look amazing. They're looking better and better every year. Even Hisense has some really amazing laser TVs that I'm really interested in. So I'll be checking those out as well. But yeah, so those are the kind of things that caught my attention at CES with TVs. But always keeping in mind, this isn't for everyone. It's probably not for me in most cases. I mean, I have 4K TVs in every room in my house now, or not bathrooms, but yet. But yeah, it really, like, because of upgrading, you know, a TV, like we just upgraded the bedroom TV, which now that's 4K. The living room TV is 4K, and let's see. I don't believe. Yeah, I believe my daughter's TV is still 1080p. But I even believe this TV over here is 4K. It's a smart TV. All of them are smart TVs, and I'm not sure. I think only one or two of them. So yeah, but I have 4 TVs. 2 of them are 4K. And all of them are smart TVs. So I think it's more about having smart TVs to get all of our streaming services now. That we're going away from cable and DirecTV and all of those things. So yeah, that's what I'm more interested in. Late to the chat, will there be a Note 11? Yes, there will be a Note 11. Do you have the need for speed, heat? Do you like the franchise? Thanks for great videos. I will admit something right now. As many movies as I've seen, Top Gun is not one of them. I know the reference. But yeah, I have not even. I did want to see Bad Boys this weekend. Didn't get to. I'm gonna hit up my friend Rich on Tuesday because, you know, discounts are Tuesdays at AMC. So probably go that day to go see it. But I'm very excited to see Bad Boys, and I hear it's just good fun. Do you think you can download 51st date questions on the smart fridge? LOL, cough, cough. Well, thank you, Quiet Storm, for always reminding me to do my shameless plug, and that is 51st date questions. 51st Date Questions is a app that I created. It's a great app to play on a first date, or if you just go out on a date with your significant other. It is lots of fun. I guarantee you will have a good time if you play it, and it's just really kind of curious because you get to learn how much someone has changed if you've been with them for a long time, and it's just a really good just icebreaker, or just like, hey, it's something to do while we wait for our food or while we're doing whatever. So definitely fun to check out. It is available on both Android and iOS in the description down below. Thank you for always reminding me to do a shameless plug. Alright, let's see. RICKY, the furniture building guy. Yeah, oh god. I am still debating if it was worth it just to have someone build it. Like, it's $400 for them to build it. So it's not cheap, but geez, it's so much work. So yeah. Let's see. going from 7.8 to S10 to 10.2 S20 Ultra would be different. Yes, it definitely would. Oh, and by the way, you can play 50 First Dates on the smart fridge because you can mirror your phone to this fridge. There you go. Hi, Ricky. How was CES? Noticed you had lunch with Greggles, TV, Josh, and others. You looked exhausted. I was exhausted. Great guys, though. I really enjoy kind of chatting with Greggles. I know he's been doing this a long time, too, and he's always just on top of it. It's his main job, which I envy so much. Like, I wish it could be my main job. So, yeah, but really cool guys, all of them. I would love to collab with them more. I would just love to collab with more YouTubers. I found it so, like, you get me, like, when it comes to talking with other YouTubers. So it's a really cool thing that I like doing. But yes, I was incredibly exhausted. That was, I think, the end of day 4 or 5. It was incredibly exhausting. I think that was the second to last day. And hey, they were cool enough. They were invited to a Lenovo party. I didn't get invited to it. They tried to get me in. It didn't seem like it was working, but then I literally told Lenovo, like, I was here this morning and I filmed a bunch of videos with you guys. They're like, oh, just come in then. So that was cool. But yeah, it's so interesting to see how many other people get these invitations and all this kind of stuff that, like, I still haven't got my invitation to Samsung Impact. Still haven't got it. If you guys want to blast Samsung and let them know, like, hey, can you guys send them to Unpack again? Because it is something that, yeah, I still haven't got my invitation to Samsung Impact. As of right now, I don't know if I'm going. And a lot of other YouTubers, a lot of other influencers have. So, yeah. May I know your opinion on the new Galaxy A51 and A71? These devices can replace flagships. Are those devices can replace flagships? I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about them. I know they were at CES. I did not get to look at them. We were literally like we filmed what we did at Samsung, and then we immediately had to go to LG, and then we immediately had to go to Canon, then we immediately had to go to Jabra. It was just like boom, 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 boom. So I did not get to really test out the A51 and A71. So yeah, I don't know anything about them. I think the A series is a great series of phones. I don't know if the 70s are coming to the US, so I don't know too much about those. But the A50 was an amazing phone, so yeah. How great was the Body Friend massage chair? So I will tell you, it was absolutely amazing after having, like, you know, just my back pain and everything in pain at CES. Like, to do that was, I think, the 3rd day when I went on that. So it was, like, godly on my back for sure. I will say, I've never had a foot massage. I've never, I've given foot massages to my wife and, people before, but, like, I've never had a foot massage for myself. It did not feel good for me. The foot massage, I don't know if it was just, like, it felt like that knuckle pressing in kind of feeling, which I know a lot of people like that on my feet. That did not feel good. So that was me. But yeah, other than that, the massage chair was absolutely amazing. It was definitely a good feeling. But yeah, the feet, like, if you see me, I don't think we recorded that part in the video, but, like, it was like I was trying to lift my feet up because I didn't want my feet in that massage chair anymore, because it was just definitely pressing in very much so. I'm hearing conflicting reports about the Ultra, either 5x or 10x optical zoom. Have you seen? Yes. Currently, all that we know is that it's going to have 100 times total zoom. Now, that is including digital. That is including optical. That is including a 108 megapixel pixel bending camera. So, I will say that, yeah, at the very least, we're having 5 times optical, but from what we're hearing, 10 times cannot be done yet. We'll have to wait and see if Samsung got it right or not, but it's at least having 5 times. I'm guessing 5 times from what I'm hearing, although a lot of my Samsung people will be getting the device in about 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now, so yeah, I'll have to hit them up. Hi Ricky, why did MoviePass fail? Didn't you have a subscription to MoviePass? I never had a subscription to MoviePass. I had one to another one which came out after Movie Pass. I forgot the name of it. It started with the S. I didn't like it though. They kind of played around. AMC did it right. Movie Pass failed because they couldn't afford to keep up the system. The system was a sham. The whole point of Movie Pass was that they tried to basically get subscribers and then tell movie people like AMC, Cinemark, all those ones, hey, we want a piece of your cut because everyone's going to your place with our card. And the movie people were like, no. And they saw there was a need for a subscription. They saw it was profitable. So AMC did it the right way. AMC is the best movie subscription service you can get. There are Cinemark and other ones have done it now, but nothing as good as AMC. It's just the best three movies. Every single theater you can see it at. It's not like, oh, well, this tier has IMAX, this tier has this tier. Everyone can do it. And it's just awesome. I love AMC Movie Pass. It is the best movie pass you can get, for sure. Do you think you'll be able to see Sonic on Valentine's? I don't know. I will take my daughter to see Sonic though, because it's just, I think, something really great to be able to see that the changes they did. And I think she would like it. I don't think it's going to be the best movie ever, but I want to reward them for listening to the fans. Please talk more about the Samsung multi-screen. Really, it's in the video. If you see that video, it's a really good video. I want to say it's like a 5-minute video. But check out the video. Basically, the idea behind it is it uses NFC or something of that nature. You tap the TV, and it mirrors your phone to your TV. Now, we have seen the phone mirror to the TV before, but this time it's a split screen kind of style. So, one, you can have it split. So you can have half of your screen, your TV, half of your screen, your phone. Or you can have your phone be a floating screen on your TV. So that's really cool too. So it's a lot of cool possibilities that we didn't have before that we have now with this, and that's what I'm really interested to see. What do you think about the new Xbox console not having exclusive titles? I think it's the stupidest thing they could do from a business standpoint. Absolutely stupid. And is it great for users? Absolutely. Is PlayStation going to do it? Absolutely not. Because they realize, okay, so if you have no exclusives, that means we would have exclusives. People with a gaming PC have no reason to buy an Xbox. People with an old Xbox have no reason to buy a new Xbox. PlayStation will have exclusives. PS5 will have exclusives. It will have the latest God of War being exclusive to PS5. It will not be on PS4. Things like that should happen if you want to make a good business sense. Is it good for users to have exclusives? No. Ideally, we want games on every one of our consoles. We want to be able to choose if I want to play on a PC, if I want to play on an Xbox, if I want to play on a PlayStation. That's a great way to think, and it's great utopia style. It does not make business sense, and it will be a detriment to Xbox sales. Xbox will automatically not sell as much as PS5 if PS5 has exclusives and Xbox doesn't. That's it. That's it. There is nothing around that. If Xbox does it, it doesn't make good business sense. It's a great sentiment. It's a great sentiment, and it's really good for users. But again, it's the reason why I never got an Xbox. Almost every single game I could play on a PC, and it will play better on my PC than it would on an Xbox. So again, that's the whole point. That's the problem. Is that why would I get an Xbox? No, I got a PS4. I got a PS4 Pro because it has exclusives of games that I could not get. I could not get HDR. I could not get all these things that I wanted to get. So yeah, I am all for PlayStation having exclusives, and if Xbox doesn't, it will be not the best thing business-wise. Again, great for the user, so. But it's a reason why I will not get an Xbox. Android 9, when texts come through, you could see them before they went through onto notification window, but now they don't come across at the top as a preview. Check your messages app. Mine's definitely comes up at the top every time, so I'm not sure. It might be your messages app. Maybe preview was disabled when you updated or something along those lines, but I'm not sure. What wireless buds do you like? I hear the 75T are great, Anchor Pro. So yes, these 75Ts are absolutely amazing. I think I left them in my car. The bass increase on those was ridiculous. I did not expect that from Jabra. The 65Ts I loved, but this is an empty box because I've been using them. But the 75Ts, wow, what a difference in the bass. Like, the bass was just ridiculous. It felt like Beats created true wireless headphones like this style. Like, it was bass heavy. So I was really caught off guard by that. But the fit is great. The feel is great. The box is so much better. So yeah, I love it. I want my Iron Man edition, Jabra. So give me my Iron Man edition 75T actives. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want. Just my Iron Man edition. But yeah. Alright guys, I think we will be calling that a show. Get your last questions in, and we will be calling that a night. Got to do some adult stuff after this in terms of bills. No fun stuff. Any other questions you guys have, ask them now, or we will get to them next week. Probably will be a little late next week, just because, as you guys know, I do watch wrestling here and there, and there's a Royal Rumble. So maybe starting at 8:30 next week, just so you guys know ahead of time. Bills are always fun. Oh yeah, bills are always fun. It was funny. It's always funny, like when you talk to your kids when they're babies. Like, I was telling my son, like, they're taking all my money, son. They're taking all my money. And he just like laughed, and I'm like, hey. So yeah, it's always fun. But yeah, guys, again, we're gonna have more CES coverage come this week. Still a lot of videos, including how I ended CES. I went down a slide. So yeah, lots of fun. Ricky, get your wife and children on this channel. Maybe. We are talking to some baby tech companies to hopefully get my wife on here, so we'll have to see. And yeah, although average consumer will steal my thunder when it comes to that. But yeah, really lots of fun. Oh, you don't know how he's tired. Yeah. Yes, I've definitely tried to get everyone on the channel. If I got my daughter on the channel in a long time, maybe I'll get her for the Sonic review or something like that once the studio is set up. So yeah, guys, that will be our show for today. Thank you guys always so much for watching. If you can do me a favor, please give a like, thumbs up down below. It really helps out the channel, and it helps to get more recommendations and more eyes on the channel, which of course allows me to do more content. Thank you always guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out that Samsung Mirror TV video. It's a phenomenal demo that I guarantee you will want. You'll want. Alright guys, thank you as always again for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Here's me without hair. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.